guess I have to start by apologising for dropping a bombshell, which wasn't my intention.
No, thank you.
I've passed on information that was given to me, and that's what I know, but obviously it will need to be checked if it's that important. So I'm going to come back to what I wanted to say, which is definitely spiky. It probably won't surprise you to hear. Alex, I'm going to get to your question I didn't get to before, which was I've moved many policy motions at conference. One of the ones I'm most proud of is that it's now Green Party policy to abolish the corporation of the City of London. Now that sounds all terribly technical and boring, until I tell you that the City of London Corporation operates to promote financial liberalisation and globalisation around the world. It says that on their own website. And more than that, there's an official called the Remembrancer, and it has always been a he is the only person who's not an MP who's allowed on the floor of the House of Commons. The Remembrancer actually sits behind the Speaker, and when the MPs are debating, this representative of the Corporation of the City of London that wants to promote the financial industries and globalisation wanders around and whispers in MPs' ears. And even more than that, he gets to see every piece of legislation that's being drawn up, every piece of legislation in the country. Now, it used to be, until Tony Blair came along, it was Labour Party policy to abolish the Corporation of the City of London. At some point it was Lib Dem policy, but now we're the only party that does that, and I'm very proud that we have that policy and we used it a lot in the London campaign. The next 2 years, what I'd like to spend the next 2 years doing, I don't have any personal political ambitions in the next 2 years. In the longer term, I'm looking at London and I'd love to be an MP one day, but for the next 2 years, I don't plan to stand for any significant political office. What I want to do is to work to elect as many councillors up and down the country into new councils and to grow existing council groups, and to elect as many MEPs as we possibly can in 2014. Because I think from the position of leader, as a full-time leader, travelling around the country, sharing best practice, listening to people, learning and making sure that everyone knows what other people are doing that's worked and indeed what hasn't, that we can together build a much stronger party, and a party that's much more successful. And I'd ask all of you, to whoever's elected at the end of this process, to help that person and to help everyone to work together to let's elect more Greens. Thank you.
Can I thank everyone for coming? I'm sorry it has been so rushed, but I think that we wanted to fit in as many questions as we possibly could, and we've done quite well in achieving that. We do need to be out of here in 5 minutes, but I just want to ask you to, again, contact the candidates through the various methods they've mentioned already if you want to ask more. For goodness sake, don't forget to vote. Please encourage everyone you know in the Green Party to vote, and we will be taking a collection for the cost of the room and for the cost of the refreshments. So if you could be willing to dip into your pockets and make a contribution to that, we'd be really grateful. And can I ask you, just to finish off, to give the candidates who have been here tonight, the deputy leader candidates and the leader candidates, a round of applause and appreciation.
Chair. I think we should have a round of applause.
I think I've also seen pictures of him before or something like that, so when I said he was out, I didn't have it.